today. Thank you for joining me. I am Ingrid. I'm your host of Inspired Leadership, Tragedy to Triumph. Hey, today we're going to mix it up a little bit. We're going to talk about good old fashioned communication. Oh, yes. How could we understand each other if our communication skills are lacking? Right? So I have a youngest child who's 17, and I borrowed a page from his book. You know what I mean? Got to stay young and fresh. And so he had a little paper lying around, and it was all about communication. So let's see where we fit in. Not just me, you too. Where do you fit in with your communication skills? After all, if we're talking about being a leader, we have to be able to communicate with others and have an understanding. What good is talking when nobody can understand what you're talking about? What good is hearing when what you're hearing is not clear to you? You can't act. We're paralyzed, right? Miscommunication happens all the time. The biggest fights happen. Nobody takes responsibility, or my big word, accountability, for their lack thereof of appropriate communication skills. Yeah, so we got some stuff to work on. But how can we work on it if we never talk about it? How many times have you assumed something to be copacetic and then you find out later that it's not? So, yeah, this is one of those things where you could spend half your life and no one really bring it to your attention that you're lacking in this area. So I need you to listen up. Listen up, people. We got to get with some good communication skills. So you ready? Let's dive in. So there's a little chart that they use, and it helps guide the student on the level of their communication. And on the other side is about their writing ability, right? So when you're at the top of your game, your communication goes like this. Everything that I say is comprehensible. Yeah. But if people are telling you, I don't understand what you're talking about, or you ask them to do something and it doesn't come out quite right, stop blaming everybody else. Maybe you need to check yourself out. Let's go down a notch. Speech is mostly comprehensible. Well, we may have a little bit of an issue, not much, but you may become aware. Self-awareness is good, that mostly your speech is comprehensible. Let's take it down another notch. Speech is frequently incomprehensible. Well, I use a limited number of words and phrases, but they are repetitive. I use words, phrases, and occasional sentences to provide basic information. Okay? Another notch down from that, speech is understood only with great effort. Okay. How you leading? People are struggling and they're taking a lot of effort to understand you. Not good. We need a little help, right? I use a small number of repetitive words and phrases. I use some simple words to provide basic information. Okay. And we're going to take it down one more notch. Less than 50% of my speech is comprehensible. Now, come on. If less than 50% of your speech is comprehensible, you need help. You don't need someone else to tell you that. You need to get with some acceptance, get you some help. There's help everywhere. If you have a job, there's just typically something that the job is offering. If you don't have a job, there's a lot of free services and you can get help. There's a lot of self-help available, a lot of YouTube videos. Come on, people, work with me. Get that taken care of. Now let's flip to the writing. Top of your game. I make no errors in grammar, word order, or word choice that prevent communication. Well, thank goodness you are allowing for fluid communication to take place. Down a notch, the language that I produce is mostly accurate in familiar tenses and moods. You want to know what that means? I use connected sentences to narrate, describe, or explain, and I begin to communicate in paragraph length. Okay, down another notch. The language that I produce is mostly accurate in familiar tenses and moods. You say, what does that mean? I use strings of sentences to describe or explain. I combine simple sentences using connector words to create original sentences. Down another notch. I make errors that sometimes interfere with communication, even in familiar tenses. Break it down. I use phrases and simple sentences to provide basic information and are beginning to combine words and phrases to create original sentences. Now let's break this down one more notch. Boom. I have provided less than sufficient evidence to determine my proficiency level. This can be serious, right? Here we're talking about leadership. Well, we have to get our act together. We have to be able to effectively communicate with clarity. Yes. Why are you making it difficult for somebody else to understand you because you won't work on you? Or are you listening? Back to who's in your ear? Are people telling you it's okay, it's okay, it's okay? It's no longer okay. We're trying to up our game, right? This is the season. We need leaders out in our community, people who are effective communicators. They communicate with clarity. Yes. Am I speaking to somebody? Hey, it takes practice, right? Yeah, we have to practice this thing. I just did an episode where I told you I wrote my first poem and I tried it out and it went really well. I was concerned. I didn't know how it would be perceived, but people even asked me for a copy of it. So that was inspiring. But it doesn't stop there. I need to practice. I need to take a little time, do another one, see how it goes, reassess. Hey, are you assessing yourself? Are you in an environment that allows you to receive honest feedback? Ooh, does everybody yes you? Oh, yes, you're wonderful, you're beautiful. Oh, everything's gorgeous. Everything's not wonderful all the time. It's just not. It's just not. And it really is about what do we choose to do about it. So I encourage you to really investigate your communication skills. Try them out on somebody who's not your bestie. Come on. Now, some people have besties who going to tell them the truth. Amen, somebody. But some of us have besties who, they're not being truthful. They just don't want to hurt your feelings. And isn't there a way that if we're really friends and really cool, that we can communicate with clarity and try not to hurt each other's feelings, but yet be truthful? That's what you should want. If you're not willing to accept the truth, then you're holding your friends and the people who love you hostage. You shouldn't do that. Let the people love you and let them love and honor you by being truthful in a polite way. And why don't you try doing the same? Have you been lying to somebody who you say you love? telling them everything is beautiful, wonderful, you gorgeous, oh, your behavior, oh. Or are you just not wanting to deal? I've had some serious conversations lately with people I know and love, and I've had to address the fact that there are more people than I suspected who just really don't want to deal, to the point that they would let somebody hurt another person because they think they deserve it. Well, who are we to be the judge? Communicating with clarity is key to successful leadership. Not perfect leadership, successful leadership. People are dependent on us. Come on, wake up, wake up, wake up. Speak with clarity. Read for comprehension. Read people's body language. Can't you tell when they don't get it? Mm-mm. Or can't you tell when you don't get it? Are you one of those people who you didn't even get it? And you sitting there say, oh, yes, oh, that was nice. You don't even know what they said. Come on. Help somebody by being polite about it, but letting them know you didn't understand. Could they do it one more time? Say that again. Repeat, whoop, rewind, reverse. Say it again. Say it again with clarity, please. So I hope I've helped someone get over that bridge, that hump. You want that next job. You want to do some work in the community. You want to help your family members. Let's get with communicating with clarity. You want to save that relationship. Speak. Speak. People are not mind readers. At least I'm not. So if you want people to really know how you really feel, be polite, but speak with clarity. Speak up, and speak out. You never know. Not only will you help yourself, but you can be a role model for many who have the same issue or concern. So until the next time, I'm Ingrid. Hey, why don't you check me out on social media, including YouTube under Ingrid Inspires. Listen, till the next time we meet again, peace and love.